Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our IDEA StatiCa webinar. And today we are pleased to share with you the latest development of IDEA StatiCa and introduce you more in detail the latest version, IDEA StatiCa 25.0. This version has been released 2 weeks ago, so maybe some of you are already familiar, but I believe that you didn't have a time to investigate all improvements, so it will be a great time for you to see what happened. So let me please, okay, sorry, some issues with my presentation, go back. Okay, so let me introduce the presenters today. So my name is Jan and I'm Regional Director at IDEA StatiCa APAC, and I have two colleagues with me here, Vlastimil Konečný, Technical Channel Manager, and Stefano Krusuma Ali, Product Engineer. Vlastimil, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good. And what about you, Steph?
Yes, all good. Good afternoon, everyone.
Great. So let's move on because we have lots of things to show you today. So something about the webinar itself. Sorry. Okay. First thing. Sorry, I have some issues with my PowerPoint. Okay. Now this is the slide I want to show you. So the first thing I want to mention is that during the webinar, you can ask questions. So for those of you who are our first webinar, so on the right side, you have this question bar. So feel free to add any comment, question, whatever comes to your mind. We'll try to respond during the webinar. And also the most interesting question we'll answer to the whole audience at the end of the webinar. And if there won't be enough time, we will answer individually to all attendees. So feel free to ask any questions and comment. Okay, next slide. It's a bit slow. So agenda, what's the agenda today? So we split the webinar into 4 parts. The first part will be about improvements in steel, and the highlights are connection wizard, new connection wizard with integrated connection library. Also, we have been using parametric templates, combining with normal operations. Also, there is a new option of custom cross sections saved in user library. For concrete, we now fully support ACI for both reinforced and pre-stressed concrete. We also have a lot of enhancements for 3D anchoring design, and we've implemented Australian standard in 2D detail application. In terms of BIM, this is the first part. There are major improvements in Checkbot, so you will see the current workflow, how you can speed up your design process. We also have critical load effect detection in Checkbot and also bulk report generation. And last but not least is the improvement in cloud. So we improved sharing through the viewer application, and we also have some news in user portal. Now you can see your activity score and you can become our platinum user. So it's about the agenda today. And before I will pass my presentation to Steph, I would like to ask you some questions. So my first question is, have you already installed IDEA StatiCa version 25? So please answer. Simple answers, yes, you are already using it. You will start using it as soon as possible. You would like to, but you don't have an access to it. And you will decide based on our presentation today. So no pressure to the team, guys. So please, everyone, if you can vote. Last 5 seconds, 70% of you have voted already. So let me close the poll now. And now you can share the results. All right, so 1 quarter has been already using it, which is great. After 2 weeks after the release, 42% will start using it as soon as possible. 13% would like to but don't have an access. It's a pity, but you can definitely, it can be modified. And 20% based on our presentation today. So last email, Stefano, no pressure, but we should do our best today. So the users will start using it as soon as possible. Okay, I'm hiding the results. And now I will give the presentation to Steph, and he will present you the new improvements in our steel application. So it's yours now, Steph.
Okay, thank you, Jan. And let me share my screen first. Okay, so I'm going to cover the steel part. So what's new in steel part? Right, firstly, we have this new connection wizard. For those who have tried version 25, you might have noticed that we have a new connection wizard now. So here you can start your project by selecting the required geometry, and then you can select the template, and then you can check the preview in 3D before you click create selected design. Then here we have also added some predefined standard geometries and also new parametric templates which shown directly in this new connection wizard. So yeah. So this is how the new wizard looks like now. Here on the most left, you can select the geometry that you would like to use. Then also there's this drop-down button here to adjust the orientation of the nodes that you are designing. And you can see that, yeah, the window is quite responsive. The connection will be based on what orientation you selected. Then, for example, you are satisfied with this, you want to check in detail of what is this template is for, then you can do this in 3D. You can also filter it by the bearing member and the connected member as well. Then you just need to click create, select the design, and you'll be brought over to the design window. Right, so we also have a special category for timber and seismic connections because the seismic connections is based on which design code that you are selecting. For example, AISC, they have their own pre-qualified connections. And also, all templates that you save in the connection library, including your own or your company's published template, it will now be shown in the new connection wizard. So you can start your project from there and see your templates in there. Then we can filter it by set, cross-section, and also name in the search box. Right, so here I'm showing you the timber templates shown on the bottom here, and also the seismic templates, which is based on which code you selected. If you click all geometries here, then you'll be shown all the template that you have saved, including. You can turn off your predefined templates, so it is only shown the templates that you have saved or your company have saved. You can filter it by the bearing member to find their suitable connection design for you. Or you can also use this name filtering to filter out the connection details. Right, then you just go on with the opening the connection application. So I've mentioned at the beginning, we have this new 200 plus parametric templates. So what is so special about these parametric templates? Because inside these parametric templates, you can actually define a set of parameters. You don't need to actually manually change the operation one by one. You can change the parameters of the operations from these defined parameters, as you can see on the right here. Then you can also set a validation for your parameters so that you make sure the input will always be valid. You can set the upper bound, lower bound, also some logic behind the validation. And we have also enabled a combination of parametric templates and single operations. If you would like to work with like the old way of doing things, you can always right click on the operations here and explode. That way you will be working with the normal way, normal way of working previously. Right, so for example, I've selected this parametric template. You can see on the right side here, there are parameters that you can change. If I change something and it doesn't pass the validation, you can see there's a warning on the top left corner. Yeah, same with the, let's say, number of bold is higher than the upper bound that have been set for the parametric template. This one is to ensure that the input is always valid. Now you can see here that the operation is locked. Means, yeah, for parametric template, you cannot directly change the operation parameters. But as I mentioned, if you would like, you can explode it and you are back to the normal way of changing your operations. Next, I want to show you how to combine parametric template with normal operations. Let's say I want to connect this beam and column. I select this parametric templates. In the old version, we could not actually combine parametric templates and operations. But now, for example, I want to add a fin plate for the other beam. I can do this. I can just add it in. Then you can see that I can work as per the normal way of modifying the operations here. Right, so next improvement is that we have a custom cross-section in MPRL. So once you define a custom sections, now you can save it in the MPRL. Then the user can use the save profiles across different projects, including in connection and also in Checkbot application. Then you can use this save MPRL button inside Checkbot to manage the custom sections. So for example, I want to create some custom code form here. I select the shape that I want to custom. I change some dimension. Once I'm satisfied, I just click OK and it will be shown here. If you want to save it, just click to save MPRL. You select the table and just click save to MPRL. If you want to use it in the other project, you can click cross section here. Then you can first select the shape that you want to use. Then you can click the custom tab over here. Then you can see all your custom sections here. Same with the eye section, for example, you can choose eye, then go to the custom tab here. Then all your custom cross section is saved here. Once you click OK, it will be imported into your project. If you want to manage the cross section that you have saved, you just click the MPRL button here. Then you can see all the custom sections that you saved previously. Next, we have improvement for slotted bolt holes. You can choose which plates to apply the slotted holes on. It can be one or more plates, including the plate of the member itself. And so for example, I have this fin plate. I want to add a slot hole to both sides of the fin plates. You can go to GRD here, then click editor. Choose which plate you want to add the slot hole to. Then you just add it in. And once you're satisfied, you can see in 3D view that the slotted hole are correctly displayed. Then you can click calculate and you can see in the result that the slot hole direction is released in the analysis. Then we have improved our report readability, the quality of the images in the printed report, and larger beam marker, and also the larger drawing of the bolts here. Then for regional improvements for AISC, we have implemented ACI 31819 to the steel application. So now you can design your anchor based on ACI 31819. Then English is divided into US, UK, so they have their own terminology. For example, fin plate and shear plate, and butt weld and CJP weld based on the region. Then for China, we have added anchoring checks. Then the code factor is also added, and you can choose the direct mortar or gap for the anchoring check in Chinese code. Then for Eurocode, we have added in BJP weld. if you selected a PJP weld, you can see here that there's a special symbol indicating that the PJP weld is used. Right, so it's the end of the steel part. I'm handing it over back to Jan.
Thanks, Stefano. So these were the major improvements in connection application, but don't worry, there are other improvements beneficial for steel engineers, mainly in Checkbot and in detailed 3D for anchoring checks. But summing up, the major improvements in connection application is definitely the new wizard with your parametric template and your personal or company sets in connection library. Also, very good improvement is custom-made cross-section, which can you now save and use for future project. Also, slotted holes, which can be applied on the chosen plates, and of course, regional specific improvements for your projects in China, Europe-based projects, and AIS-based projects as well. Yeah, so still, we are pushing this forward and adding more and more features. So that's everything about the steel, and now Vlastimir will tell you more about the improvement in our concrete application.
Thank you. So let me take the presenter and share my screen. All right, so you should see the presentation right now. So what are the news in concrete? Let me start with our main application, which is IDEA StatiCa detail application. So one of the biggest news is that ACI code is fully integrated in detail in 2D as well as 3D. That means that ACI 318-19 has been fully implemented. So all code checks and terminology align with this code. The key changes include enhanced deflection checks with long-term effects, break width checks, updated concrete strength calculations for ULS or strength checks, and also it has improved user experience overall. So the implementation has been done not only for reinforced concrete structures, but also for pre-stressed concrete structures. So strength and serviceability limit state checks analysis are supported. This applies to both pre and post-tension tendons. So whenever you have to design a pre-stressed element, and you have to check it more thoroughly, IDEA StatiCa detail has your back. The ACI implementation doesn't end here. Another new functionality or implementation is that IDEA StatiCa connection application for steel connection design is directly linked to IDEA StatiCa detail for concrete checks. That means that whenever you design a base plate connection, and you wanna check also anchorings, including the real reinforcement influence. This is quite useful in all cases where concrete breakout resistant checks fail. Then you may use this link. Just take the results from the connection application by clicking a button, export the results to IDEA StatiCa detail, set the reinforcement to the foundation block, and check the behavior of the structure with real reinforcement influence. Another improvement in terms of 3D modeling for footing design with reinforcement is that it is now possible to model different types of or different complex shapes of foundation blocks. So whenever you have to have this uneven foundation block, or for example, you design two-stepped foundation or pedestals, it is possible to do it fully in 3D. So all the reinforcement in the two-step foundation block is automatically considered by the software. And whenever you have to design multiple connections on one foundation block, for those users of the connection app who have dealt with something like this, you know that you have to set 2 foundation blocks. However, it's not a problem if it's only one block. Once you export the results from the connection application, you can simply merge those foundation blocks together. In case they overlap, you can cut the blocks by using the cut operation. And last but not least, the detail application now fully supports cast in plates. So whenever you deal with facade support systems or precast panel connections or different types of bridge elements such as caps or piers in general, and you have to design cast-in plates, you can do the thorough 3D check using compatible stress field method. So once you define the cast-in plate, you define the anchors as either straight, L-shaped, or U-shaped. Yeah. The anchorage type for anchors is considered as reinforcement. So let's see it live. So opening the detail application, and I want to design anchoring with reinforcement in 3D. So I selected ACI. You see the initial material properties based on the selected code. So I've just created the project. You can check the information about the base plate, about anchors. In this case, we're talking about post-installed anchors. In the project setting, we may check references to the code and corresponding factors that are described there. Load cases with the terminology following ACI. And finally, we may calculate the project. So now we see the results. We see the stress flow, stress, equivalent stress in concrete. Turn on the machine. Equivalent stress in each reinforcement rebar, including anchors. And once I'm satisfied with my design, I can create a comprehensive report, add it to my documentation, and I know that my footing design is completely safe. So now let's have this base plate connection designed in the connection application, and we may notice that my anchor checks are failing. It's due to concrete breakout resistance. So what I will do, I will simply export the base plate connection to IDEA StatiCa detail. So we see the connection exactly modeled exactly the same way as in the connection application. But let's say that I have to add another step of the footing. Yeah, so I need to add a pedestal. So I can easily use manufacturing operations, negative volume, and cut the foundation block to create the pedestal there. And once I add reinforcement, I can again recalculate the project and check the results exactly the same way. So you see the interaction of the reinforcement from the pedestal to the bottom part, anchorage checks, including bone stress. So it really interacts as it will in reality. And of course, the report consists of all important information. All right, the regional improvements doesn't end here. I have a great news for all engineers who use Australian standard AS 3600 for their projects, because this code has been fully implemented into IDEA StatiCa detail, including material database, terminology, etc. So whenever you have to deal with shear walls, D-beams or coupling beams, beams with openings, and other complex elements or parts of the structure, you know that your linear approach is simply not enough. So you should use more advanced method. You may go to IDEA StatiCa detail to check your structures there, get more advanced, more precise, and safer results. So what are the news in IDEA StatiCa Beam? The biggest advantage of this application is that it has time-dependent analysis fully implemented, so all rheological effects such as creep and shrinkage are automatically considered. That means this application is perfect for different types of staged structures. So let's say concrete to concrete structures. And usually such structures are either pre-tensioned or post-tensioned, right? So let's have a long span pre-stressed beam. Those elements are usually quite tall. And to reduce the weight of the member, you input openings. So from quite a standard example, you get quite complex problem, because right now the beam is divided into BE regions and discontinuity regions. Yeah, and also because those members are tall, they are usually slender, so they tend to fail due to lateral torsion and buckling. So right now you can check all those things in IDEA StatiCa detail. And once you do this check, and you want to introduce openings in your beam, you export the designed beam to IDEA StatiCa detail and do the advanced check there. So let me show you how it looks. I have such a pre-stressed roof girder. I've already designed the whole beam, and I wanna use CSFM for a more thorough check of my structure. So I simply select the whole beam with the reinforcement, with all the combinations and load cases. And now the structure is being automatically imported into IDEA StatiCa detail. So it should be shortly opened. All right, so now we see the same beam with the same reinforcement, including pre-stressing tendons, all the information that I set in my previous model. I can check the structure in 3D to see the position of my reinforcement with tendons. So we see the stress, yeah, all important reinforcement from the beam application. And the pre-stressing tendons are imported, including the debonding length of tendons. So Jan, can you summarize what are the news and highlights in the concrete section?
Sure. Firstly, thank you, Vlastimil, for a very nice presentation. So in my perspective, the biggest improvement is the fully implemented American standard for detail both in 2D and 3D. So it's great that now even users following American standards can check the anchoring with real reinforcement. It's great improvement. Also, Australian standard for reinforced walls and beams and bridge elements, a very good improvement. Currently just in 2D, but 3D is coming soon. Don't worry, we are continuously adding more and more codes. Great feature also general foundation shapes and pedestals. So now engineers can check not only the anchoring but the whole footing. Very good one. So feel free to test it. And also improvement mainly for precasters with automated workflow with beam to detail link. So this is in my perspective, 4 major improvements. But we doesn't stop with those improvements because we have many other improvements in our BIM part. So now I'll ask Steph to show you again a presentation and what are the improvements in BIM and mainly in Checkbot. They are pretty big.
Yep. Okay, let me now take over the presenter and let me share my screen. Right. So, okay. So what's new in our BIM? Firstly is we have improved our checkbot to be a complete workflow. So what does it mean? Easier navigation in project. We have automated the group creation for you once you imported from your, let's say, FEA or CAD software. There's also a new connection status and connection color boxes so that it's easier for you to differentiate between the fail and the passing connection. Then reference connection rules applied to the whole group, including the model types, pairing members, and the project settings. We also have added this critical load effects auto selection so that, you know, for each group you can analyze it much faster. And lastly, we have a report generation directly in Checkbot, and the settings will be according to the report setting that you have put inside your connection application. So you don't need to go to each of the connection and create a report for that. Right, so I will show you a demo of how it looks like. Right, so for example, I have a 3-story steel building here in ETABS, right? Then I would just click tools and activate my plugin, Checkbot plugin from ETABS. Then what you will see here, once you import your structure, will be something like this, right? Then in Checkbot, of course, you can check your internal forces like this. And as you can see here, let me turn off my members naming first so it's more clear. As you can see here, we have several groups. Nodes are automatically grouped into several groups. For example, this group 1, you can see the yellow color boxes and the orange one. The orange one means is the nodes that I currently selected. As you can see, when I go through, the orange color will move. And the yellow color means the one that is inside the same group. For example, if I click group 2, the same thing will happen. And you can notice here that the typology for all the nodes inside the group is all the same. Yeah. So let me show you, for example, we want to focus on this group number 3, but we notice that there's, you can see here that the diagonal connected to the weak axis of the column, whereas this one is connected to the strong axis of the column. So Checkbot is also very flexible. Let's say you want to must create a new group out of these 2 nodes. You can just right click here and remove from group. Then you just create a new group by using this button. So as you can see here, is now these 4 nodes is now split into 2 groups, right? Then, for example, yeah, you can also change the name. For example, connection column with a diagonal number 1. Yeah, and this one probably same thing, but 2. Yeah, you get the ideas. Now, as you can see here, the nodes are differentiated with 2 types of fonts. One is with underline and a bit bold. The other one is a bit light without the underline. So the one with the underline, which is this one, number 44, is what we call parent connection. So all the operations and settings, model type, everything must be done in the parent connection. But before that, I'm going to show you this calculate load extremes functionality that we have added in this version. But maybe let's just let's just activate this calculate load extremes. So as you can see, once you calculate, it will automatically detect the number of critical load effects. For node 44, there are 7 critical load effects. What does it mean? Let's just open our number connection node number 44. Yeah. is opening on my other screen. I'll bring it over once it's finished loading. Yep, give me a few seconds. Yep, okay, so it's opening. Right, so as you can see here, we have, I think about 14 load effects, but only some is activated. There are exactly 7 numbers of load effect which are activated, which we detect as critical load effects. Then I just, continue with my connection design. For example, I use a propose button here. Then I just choose the template that I have from previous project, and you just click OK. Right, and then I want to change the model type for the diagonal to NVYVZ only. After I'm satisfied, I can just click Save and close it. Then you can see the cogwheel here change now with the with a little symbol here indicating that it's ready for analysis. But let's say I open the what we call child connection first, which is the node number 57. Then we can see that the model type is transferred over to the child connection as well. Yeah, so this is node number 57. You can see that the operations, we cannot change anything here because, as I've mentioned, all the operation changes must be done in the parent connection. And notice that the model type that we have set in the parent connection is also transferred over to the child connection. Then, yeah, you may notice that this one changed, the box changed to a blue color. Blue color indicates that it is now ready for analysis. So we just right click here and click calculate all. Then what the checkbot will do is they will start the analysis for all the connection which is inside the same group. Yeah. As you notice here, there is this send clock here indicating that it is in analysis, and this tick, green tick means that this this connection passed the analysis check. And as you can see, the box now changed to a green color, which is easier for you to see from the global, like the big model here. You can see that which connections are failed, which connection are passed. If your connection is to fail, the box color will be the red color. So there are 3 colors, which is blue, green, and red. Now, for example, you have finished all the other connection design, you can just select it, which you want to bring over to report. You can go to report, change this to selected, and you can generate a brief report. Because I've just selected only 2 nodes, you can see that there are 2 nodes, but you can imagine if you have finished everything, you can very quickly see what's the percentage of analysis, and if there's any failure, then in the details here, it will indicate what is the failure type. You can also generate a detailed report, but I'm not going to do that now because of the time limitation. And I'm going to move on to the next slide. So you've just seen the demonstration of the Checkbot complete workflow. You can see how easy it is to organize all your connection design now inside Checkbot. So who is this for? It's for structural engineers which are working in a company operating in all-in-one operating model. So what does it mean? It means starting from the global model, export it to Checkbot, and then continue with the connection design and also the analysis, connection design, analysis, and the drafting process. And also can use Checkbot to generate the report to submit it to authority, for example. So what's the main value behind the Checkbot complete workflow? Checkbot will act as a main workspace for designing all connection of the whole structures. So you don't need to have a separate folder, separate naming to save your files, and to indicate where the connection is. In Checkbot, you can see it all in a 3-dimensional space. Then you can save a lot of manual work time by, as you can see, the bug analysis. You design only one connection to parent connection, and everything will be passed on to the child connection, and also the report generation without going into each of the connection. Then you can avoid over design because normally what we do is we select a typical connection, then we need to pick the envelope forces of those typical connections. Then we use the envelope forces to design the connection once, which will we will not be so economical. But with Checkbot, you can actually run the actual forces instead of the envelope forces. Lastly, it will even be beneficial for design of simple connections because Checkbot will help you to do the bug analysis and also for organizing your connection. Right, so that's all from Checkbot. Then we have tag class structures. We have now full support of anchors import, which I can show you here. So basically here is tag class structures. I just select which element that I want to bring to Checkbot inside tag class structures. Yep. Then I select the anchors and the base plate. Yeah, and as you can see here, it's imported to Checkbot, and once I open the connection, you can see that the anchors is now correctly inside Checkbot, inside connection as well. Next, we also have a Grasshopper plugin updated to version 0.2.x, which is compatible with the new connection API. And there's a dedicated webinar planned on May 2025. Right, so that's the end of the BIM. So Jan, can you please summarize the improvement in BIM?
Sure. Thank you, Steph, for the nice presentation. Definitely, the number one in BIM is the Checkbot and the new workflow. So now you can see how easily you can import the whole model from your finite element analysis software, group the connections, calculate them easily, and create a bulk report. So this can help you really to do all the connections in IDEA StatiCa, not only the complex one, but really even the standard connections. So my opinion is number one. Also, BIM link with the class structures to fully support anchoring is very good and convenient. Grasshopper plugin also very good for those, let's call them computational structural engineers. This is trend, and to be more productive in the future, the industry goes towards this way. And also Midas Civil NX BIM link is very good because Midas Civil is one of the major tools for infrastructure or bridge design worldwide. So very good improvements. So thank you, Steph, again. And now I will ask Vlastimil to show you the last part about our improvements in cloud. So Vlastimil, your turn now.
Thank you. So I'm taking the presenter, showing my screen, starting the presentation. What are the news in cloud? Yeah, there are major improvements in our Viewer application, which is a free cloud-based tool available at viewer.ideastatica.com. So whenever you don't have an access to a license and you have to explore a connection, you may go to Viewer and check the connections there. So the first improvement is that now the base plate connection, including concrete block and anchors, are available. The information is available. And the second and my most favorite improvement is that you may now share the projects directly from the application. So let's imagine a situation, you do the connection design, but you delegate shop drawings to detailers or contractors, and you want to share the information about the connection design with them somehow. So what do you typically use right now? Or what I would use typically is I would prepare some hand sketches or 2D sketches in AutoCAD or whatever. But with this functionality, once I design the connection in the connection app, I may share my project by clicking the button in the top ribbon, and I can either open the connection in Viewer or send the detailer a link, which then will lead to the same connection design. So very efficient way how to share the data. Also, it eliminates possible errors when passing the info just by 2D sketches. So let me show you how it looks. I have such a base plate connection already designed, and now I want to share this design with the detailer. So in the top ribbon, I select share project, and before I send the connection over to detailer, I want to check it in Viewer. So I select Open in Viewer. It opens browser, and I see the 3D model, including the foundation block, including anchors. I see information about the bearing member, about load effects, about all the plates, welds, anchors, and foundation block. All right, so let me jump back to a presentation. Another improvement in cloud is something what we call activity score. This, what does this mean? If you're really into the software, if you want to participate in development, you want to become a beta tester, you want to request different types of features that you think should be implemented in the software and are really missing here, now is the right time to start collecting the points, increase your activity score, and by, for example, attending IDEA StatiCa webinars or studying campus courses, you may become a platinum member. This membership comes with particular benefits, and one of the biggest benefits is definitely either beta testing or sending feature proposals directly to IDEA StatiCa product owners. So Jan, what do you think about the news in cloud in version 25?
They are very nice, may look small, but especially the viewer, it's great application. I would say generally a little bit underestimated. Not many users are aware of that, but as you mentioned, everyone who needs to share some kind of design with a fabricator, it's super powerful application because you don't need to spend any time doing those 2D drawing sketches, etc. So, and with the option like directly share it from connection application is a great improvement. I would also mention like this application is for free, so you can share it even with those people who don't have a license by IDEA StatiCa. They just need to create their free account. Yeah, so feel free to share it with detailers, because I would say it's kind of win-win situation for both parties. Everyone will save a lot of time because they can then download IFC file or 3DWG files. Super convenient. And also the activity score, it's very nice improvement because I can see some questions you are asking during this webinar for features and improvements. So this will definitely help us and you like to push your idea. So as Vlastimil mentioned, people who are using applications a lot and attending our events, webinars, doing campus courses, your score will grow and your voice will in our development will grow as well. So this is a new thing right now, so and we are happy to see how it will evolve in the time. So it was all about the major improvements of IDEA StatiCa 25.0. Of course, you can go to our webpage and see all improvements in our release notes, so feel free to do this. And now I will take the presenter and show you my screen because I have one of my polls here prepared for you. So now I would like to ask you for a feedback. So can you please share with us what is the new improvement you find the best, the most beneficial for your project? Is it either like the improvements in Checkbot in terms of grouping, bulk design, generally the efficiency of Checkbot, or all improvements in anchoring, how the IDEA StatiCa can check all anchorings, including the reinforcement, the whole foundation blocks, pedestals, etc. Or is it a new wizard with a possibility of your custom made templates and parametric templates, or Austrian standard, or direct project sharing from the connection application? You can select more, yeah, in this, or you can vote for more than one. So everything you find useful, please select it. It will help us also to prepare more content for you, write it on what do you see the best. All right, so I'm closing the poll right now, and let me share the results. So very good, 61% Checkbot, 74% anchoring, even viewer. That's very good, guys. Almost 40% people see a big benefit in viewer, and also new wizard for 40%, 18% Austrian standard. I understand it's mainly for Austrian engineers, so not all of you here are from Austria, but it makes sense. So thank you very much for your voting, and let me jump back to the presentation, because we also have some questions. We have some time, so I will just pick a few of them, and the rest we will answer after the webinar. So there was some interesting, let's say, one is important to answer. If the concrete 25 is included in IDEA StatiCa 25, Mr. Pranil asked this. Yes, it is, but you need to have a license of IDEA StatiCa, either concrete, complete, or enterprise. So if you are having just the license of IDEA StatiCa steel, so you have just a connection application, a member application, the best way how to get the license of concrete, so you can design the footing with reinforcement, use the detailed 3D application, and the others is to upgrade either to complete or enterprise. So I would suggest you like to contact our resellers or us directly. What are the options for this? Yeah. So, but it's in the version 25. Yeah, but just to be the right product. Also, there were some questions. If we can check the J anchors, who will answer? Last email maybe.
Yeah, I can answer that, and the answer is yes, we can design and check J anchors. It's all about changing the anchorage type in the detail application. So it can handle everything from straight to J anchors, L anchors, U anchors, etc. Yeah, so yes, J anchors are covered.
Very good. There is one more question from Mr. Shabham regarding the anchors. So the question is if the Indian standard code is included in the base plate anchor design right now. Astimo, maybe you know about this topic?
Yes, I'm familiar with that. This is frequently asked question. It is not available in the connection application yet, and the reason is that the standard for anchoring checks has been released only recently. So we will now work on the implementation, and hopefully it'll be implemented in the next major release. So currently not supported, but we have started to work on the Indian standard implementation.
Yes, thank you for this information. As I already mentioned during the webinar, we are continuously adding more and more local code, so it takes some time, but definitely we are going to this direction. Actually, there is a lot of questions coming. I'm afraid we have just 5 minutes left. We are not able to answer all of them, but right now we will definitely answer them. There was also a question, just quickly maybe ask Steph, how are the upper and lower bounds of the parameters defined in the parametric templates? Just short comment, Steph.
Yes, so actually the creator of the parametric template itself, which can be you, so you can use the connection app developer mode. Inside there, you can actually create your own parametric template, and you as a user or creator of the template, you can actually define the upper bound and lower bound yourself. Even with the logical expression, you can also do that.
Okay, thanks, Steph. As we are running out of time, so we will answer all the other questions after the webinar. So feel free to add more. Feel free to add your comments, feedback in general. We are happy to read it, or everything you have in your mind. And also what's happening next. This week on Friday, we have a workshop in Singapore. So its on topic is automated steel and concrete design. So the key topics are steel connection design and with automation and with Checkbot. So we will go more to the depth what you've seen today. Also, we will have a guest speaker and we will show you more about the post-tension long span beam with openings, something Wasimil touched during his concrete presentation. So here's the QR code. So everyone who is interested and is based in Singapore, because it's a live event, feel free to share it. It's free event. It starts from 2 p.m. till 6 p.m. on Friday. It's in Amara Hotel, and we will provide all the attendees a certificate. So feel free to scan the QR code because I'm jumping to next slide shortly. Also, before I jump, we are preparing a series of webinars for this summer, which will be mainly dedicated on concrete use cases because we are pushing a lot of development efforts to concrete, implementing new codes, etc. So stay tuned. We will share more details with you. So now I'm jumping to the next slide. And I have the last poll because, as I already mentioned, and we are preparing a lot of content for you. So I would like to ask you, so what kind of content do you prefer? So if we put our energy to creating a content for you, what it should be? Should it be really like short, 1 or 2 minutes feature video, or like something like 5 minutes full modeling video showing a particular use case? Or should it be like technical articles, or do like short posts on social media with some GIFs, or interviews with structural engineers sharing their experience? So this would help us to see what's the preferred format, and we can then plan accordingly our activities. So I would like to ask the remaining people, I have just 10 more seconds. Please vote. You can just select more options or just the one that you prefer the most. Yeah. So 5 more seconds, and I'm closing the poll. And let me share the results. So very nice. Most of you prefer short 5-minute full modeling videos showing like how the use case can be solved. Also, technical articles popular. Not so many short posts with GIFs, and but very good feedback. Okay, so thank you very much for this. I will share it with our colleague Grace, who's responsible for marketing, and hopefully we will give you a lot of great content shortly. All right, and that was it. So thank you very much for attending today's webinar. After the webinar, there is also a survey, so feel free to rate how did you like the webinar. 10 is the maximum. Feel free to suggest any future topics for the webinar, anything you have in mind. So we are happy to read it after. And thank you very much, and hopefully we will meet some of you on Friday this week here in Singapore. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.